So, welcome back everyone to the Redstone Quarry podcast, episode 22. Today we are joined by...
Enemy's friend. It's
That'll
me.
take some time.
Micro.
NBA. Sucker, this is your turn.
No, sir.
No, it's
So
not my
there-
turn. Stop
Oh,
making me go.
I'm also here. It is my turn. Hey people, I'm Soaker. Soccer.
You're sober?
He's Wout is sober, confirmed.
I was conflicted between an American and the Dutch accents. And we also have someone else here.
I'm Niels.
Oh my god, who are you?
he just said
You
he
no,
was-
you weren't here last week.
No, we're not.
Oh well.
Missed one, already forgotten.
Yep. Oh well.
Good
So
thing
today we have
gone
a
through.
very tight schedule, basically
About-
meaning that we have
Who are you?
100 comments or something. Sorry, we have 200. we have 229 comments. I think we should get straight to follow up, and I'll start with the most important comment right away. The Redstone Quarry podcast shared this on Google Plus 5 days ago, and it has 1 like for some reason.
Yeah.
Yep,
Aaron.
the most important. It's always the most important.
It's
Without a
us,
doubt.
Yep.
and that's how it works because I'm a bit egocentric, just a bit. And also Niels also shared it. Thanks, Niels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to a bit more important stuff. For example, Sharia did a comment where he just really wanted to clarify that the main goal of a Cycraft server is to build all farms possible in the most efficient way possible, and don't really care about the order. Like we talked about how other servers had like this build order, like what farm is like most important now and what comes afterwards. And since they start later on, they have like the quote unquote technology, so they can just like right away build like 2x2 3 farms with like bunch of villas in them instead of like I know like when for example Zipcore started like that wasn't there at all, right? So like they have a bit of a head start there, quote unquote. So also they mess a lot around in creative and like they really make their own designs for basically all their farms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just wanted to clarify on that. Thanks, Sharia. Next comment.
To the next comment.
Do I have to pick it
Liked.
again?
Yeah, and
Yes.
you read most of them. I didn't read
I
all
read
of them.
I read all of them.
I get.
I can read more
always
of
get
them.
an email for every
But
comment,
we
so
cannot read out all of them.
I
But
got tons of emails. Normally, I read them right away then, but yeah, I now just mark all as read. Click.
You monster.
I have to scroll that much. Send out the answers. Question from Robbie Toby. What's our opinion on Sark's 1.9 feature, the super piston? That's basically the piston that extends 1 block per signal strength. He made like a concept video about that. What do you guys think?
It's crazy.
I'm actually I have to say his concept videos are very strange. Although because they seem to be concepts and not mods. Like the piston one I didn't actually properly look and wait until the explanation part, but I don't know, I thought it was a bit strange. Well, I guess it's using falling sand, but still normally it jitters for a bit and that one looked really smooth.
I don't really like it because it's the piston that we already have. It doesn't really fit the extension beam, so that doesn't make any sense. And if it extends 10 blocks, the more odd and doesn't have any more physics.
Don't think we should be concerned with the physics and the
Yeah, but still,
conservation
it's,
of mass of this thing because it's Minecraft.
Well,
Uh,
it's
from
still
a
it's
technical, like from a standpoint where someone would actually use this like was an actual feature, would get a lot of problems where you like, okay, now I have to run my redstone circle because my signal strength is too high or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it definitely
Um,
wouldn't be very compatible with current structures. I think
and
Marin
would
said
it-
it as well.
But the really
Enemy,
interesting
we're
thing
having
was,
issues
like,
with
yeah,
your
like
audio.
his-
Yeah, well,
Okay.
sometimes we can hear you, sometimes we can't, unfortunately. So, to the viewers of the podcast, and there's an issue Enemy sometimes has, so yeah, nothing we can do about it. But it
Who-
gets better and gets
who
worse
is
from
bad?
time to time, kind of depends.
Um,
Anyway, so yeah, it's definitely would not work very well with
No.
old circuits, but if they acted that, I think we should more discuss that them adding it as a new block rather than replacing the old pistons, because yeah,
super piston that you have to make with an ender dragon egg or the nether star or whatever.
or 20 million iron blocks. You
No,
finally
that's
have a
too
use for that
cheap.
as well. Yes, 20 million. That's too cheap, right?
Yep.
I really liked how smooth it was.
Really? What?
How,
Oh, the
how
way it looks.
thin
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, just kind of understand you. But oh well. So yeah, I guess that's that kind of out of the way. Unless someone has anything else to bring up. No. Okay. Then I put it in show notes, by the way, in case people are interested. Sark Super Piston, or I think it will
What
call
the
Super
show
Piston.
notes one.
Yes, work on show notes. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's move on to some other comments. I guess I'll do them because enemy has issues. TDL posted an extra comment joining Marin's club. He also says brand new kind of farms, movable ones. Bring them with yourself. Cube hamster, please. Well, that would be kind of problematic because I mean, movable farms. I mean, what action would they move? Like green action. Also,
I
you
think
can heal your
a
fine, by the way.
general mob farm that could be somewhat movable.
Oh yeah, so like a mob farm which can farm iron golem, spiders, cave spiders,
No,
zombies.
not iron golems, but just the normal skeleton, zombie, creeper.
Could be possible. Actually, you can partially, if you use flight machine deck, you can actually make that. That would be cool, but
Because
I don't see any use for it. It would,
they don't have to
would
be
cool though.
made in a specific location, and they don't need anything like a spawner or
Oh
something.
yes, but making it quadridirectional would be really hard. Like the only realistic
Where
thing
does
I could
it
think of is maybe
say that
bidirectional,
it's
probably unidirectional.
what directional? Maybe you just go to the far lands. You'd always go one direction.
You don't want your farm to go to the far lands and it unloads.
Yeah, but it's moving with you.
A boat.
But in the same direction.
Well, if you're also moving along, okay, but then why do you want the mob farm all the way to the far lands? You could as well ride the flying machine yourself.
Because you want to go to the far lands and you want to have bones so you can feed your
But you
dog.
don't have chests. You can't store them. You only have
No,
minecart hoppers.
you have your inventory and you can
That's
feed
a
it
lot.
to your dog or whatever. You can use the zombie flesh for eating, starving them.
Yes, that's the best way to do things. Possible. Oh well. Yeah. Tita also says the reason I didn't use light is because it leaks inside a farm, and you know what's more than 1-0 light level does to the spawn algorithm. He also says PTTT afterwards. Strangely enough.
TTT.
Yeah, PTTT. I guess he meant petit misspell or something. Anyway, yeah, I don't even know the full context behind that, but of course, if you have light above 0, then it does affect the spawning algorithm. Well, actually, I guess it does for normal spawns, but I don't know. It doesn't. I know it does for like I don't know actually. I don't know anymore. I thought it did for the spawner, like the spawner blocks, and I don't know. What do you guys know about this? Because I actually never thought about it.
What? Sorry.
Light levels above 0. Like I'm always like, oh yeah, of course it lowers in spawn rates, right? But like if you think about like JL's
If-
algorithm, he does well, not JL, but the video he made and such about it. I don't think he ever mentioned the light level inside of the farm, although it is important, I think.
For the starting point, does that take into effect what light level it has over there at the starting
I think
point?
the starting point, no, because then it would mean that you couldn't
It
get
only
spawns.
checks the light level all the way at the end.
I think so, and I guess maybe there's some kind of chance it fails just because of not too high light level then.
I've never really tested it or anything like that, but I have heard that that's it.
If your light level is higher than 0, your chance of a mob spawning drops significantly.
How and why?
Algorithm and yeah, I don't know the exact part, like how it exactly works, but as soon as you like as soon as you go higher, you start getting dramatically less spawns. Probably in Chel's video somewhere. I know he talked about it somewhere, but I'm not sure at what part of the algorithm it gets checked.
I mean, yeah, probably. Probably I just don't remember it fully. I mean, it's a decent
If
video.
the light level gets checked not only at the end but also earlier, then it would make sense, I think. I don't know.
Well, I guess you basically always want 0, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other comments, the last comment I think from him, it seems. Yep. Gonna quickly get over that. What they call toggle state shifting flow is the way I went on the mob reactor a while ago to make it faster. The only difference is that in a witch farm, it activates as soon as the witch spawns. but the hook sends a powered state update signal. Anyway, it's more complicated due to the compactness and individual activation. Good work. I think he's referring to, like, I saw last week, I think, during the show notes, one of the videos by a couple of Cycloud guys, I think, including Sharir, on their shifting floor design, right?
I didn't look at the notes.
Well, you'd never look at this, of course, because I do them. Never mind, I was trying to engage in our conversation.
I did listen to the last week episode.
Well, thanks for listening, though.
Yeah,
That totally
man.
wasn't forced. Now, let's get it on. Toby. Oh, wait, you already got over that. Yeah, says, hashtag not so happy for Wout, hashtag unhappy for Wout. Both with 3 exclamation marks. Where I'm wondering, why does this guy want me that? But let's continue.
Dude, is that we can choose which of those hashtags we like the best or what?
I guess, but like, why does
I
everyone
think
want
he's
me to be
just
unhappy?
expressing his feelings.
I like hashtag kill wow.
Oh.
Well, thanks a lot. I also like
welcome.
you.
Well, I
I didn't
guess.
say you had to die. I just said we need.
Well, I guess then I
Is
would
it-
be not so happy for Ward.
Isn't that isn't that isn't that doesn't one include the other? Soccer?
Only if you think in 3 dimensions.
What? Yes, of course. That's how it works.
You're having
Um,
2-dimensional things.
Yes, I'm being stupid.
What's the difference then?
One's in
the
2
difference-
dimensions and one's in 3.
What adds depth to it, you see?
One's on
Yeah,
the
it-
computer.
That
Ah,
adds
okay,
depth to the
okay.
composition.
Guys,
Now, okay, let's move on.
I guess we
TDLs
can.
Wait, there's still more
Oh,
comments.
yes.
Let's
Yes,
get through them.
Go on.
TDL says, extra comment too, I think the standard generation glitch is not fixed, but entirely crashes my end on the test world. That's because he capitalized that. And we already lost 1 villager on the crop farms. Then Legach, I think, responds, after some testing that me and Vince did, we can confirm that it's fixed. TDL says, darn it. Yeah, this is starting to make me feel more and more like I should...
Do your own tests.
No, just go to an earlier version. Like, what major features have we gone from 1.8 to 1.8.4?
They removed breaking bedrock with beds.
They removed
And
with
with the
trees.
With trees.
And they removed Sun Generation, right?
Yes.
So why
Oh,
sh-
yeah, like,
why should
I-
they
I-
update?
I never
know,
tested it, but
it's really
from-
good. Now
guess
we
you can
can
believe
see the
them.
beacon beams above the nether roof, so I think it's a massive improvement.
Well, it's nice that they have graphical improvements like those. But I'm not updating. Like,
Also in
I was at one
1.4
zombie
they fixed some of the
projects.
duplication bugs. So
well,
that's also-
like the unduplication bug is like a really really cool one. I actually want to use it on Reflex someday because yeah, someday totally it's gonna happen someday.
Someday.
Yeah, indeed.
They actually
How's
can
the
get a
stupid
lot of
items?
iron or what?
But no, to do sand to fill. I already explained this to you once, or macro.
Yeah, I
And
get
you're
to
like,
read
"Oh,
the
well,
next
that-
on it.
That's not the fastest way. And I was like, yeah, it's not the fastest way. That's the coolest way.
Which one do you want to read?
The
let's
Gendrick
go.
Weiss one.
Yeah, way.
Yeah,
what his
yeah,
name
is.
which one?
The one they says about the leave trick for X-ray.
Sure.
Guys, don't you know about the leaf trick for X-ray? That works way better than the bed trick. No, the push limit thing is by SMB, else than Panda. Tick speed is Panda's, but both ideas aren't by me. New member on the server, could you link that guy? Wout's 2500 sub special, a filter for an iron farm. That will take him long enough for a 2500 special, I know he loves those. 2 days ago, I played around with withers, and after 2 hours I got so annoyed by it that I just moved on to digging in survival, which is more fun than wither cages. There is no way to fix these things. I think impulse design is still relatively good. Also, boat cages work, but are horribly dangerous. I ended up with 15 to 20 backups. What kind of wither cage did Psycraft use? Do soccer about faster tree farms. You always need the best. So at the moment, the full spawn chunks filled with a single iron farm. A Regutro would be faster. And then Micro Matcomp replied, LOL Regutro XD. And
Wait, what? I
No,
just
we're
got-
not saying
It's
all
it's
comments,
Regroutro.
Yes, we have to go through this. And
Regardless,
Yewe
oh my
says
God.
you're late, and Spock says it's called school. And Yewe
Guys,
says, what is that?
Let's
I'm
just,
too
let's
smart
just
for
answer
school.
stuff.
Actually,
Um,
it doesn't say that. But
Yes, we
So-
know of the leaf X-ray trick.
I think he was referring to the background footage from last week, right? Because there was.
I'm not
think
sure what the background footage was. So.
I had some bedrock breaking, and that also explains new server member because I was breaking some bedrock together with potatoes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And I once slept in a bed accidentally, and then I saw that I could see through the world.
Ooh,
Ooh,
spooky.
Also, Zach replies that he likes intro music. It
Wait,
reminds
we,
me a
have,
lot
we,
of
have, we
himself.
haven't we haven't like answered all the questions in that comment yet.
Well, you said you were
One
to
of
move on
those
quickly.
GBA compressed comments.
Yes, but like we still have to answer questions that he asked. The Wither cage Cycraft used, they had for the obsidian farm, they had 2 boat cages, which broke, of course. And for the netherwood farms, they used the bedrock cages, which are reliable as of now. Like, of course, you can probably mess them up somehow, or the emojing will try to mess them up somehow. But at the moment, they're working. So yes, those are
I've-
quote-unquote reliable.
I have a reason behind why I wanted to read it. It's because it's literally the only comment I found that was directed at me.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Happy for soccer.
Those are
Happy for
fanboy
soccer.
moment.
I think now we can go into the quote-unquote big discussion over the last
No,
5
we're not
days.
there yet. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Zach says he likes intro music because it reminds me a lot of himself. Then Yeva says, what? Then Zach says, because I'm MLG Pro, and no, he didn't say that. He says, added the trumpet noise thing in the intro. And then Yeva says, oh lol. And actually, Zach is totally right about that. The intro was made by, you are using his samples, and unfortunately, Zach has left us for another TeamSpeak. Do not know the origin.
Now
of.
the current intro, it took those files, but then Ultimate Redstone mixed them.
Yep, indeed.
But the new topics sound that you hear after follow up usually, and
That's
after
Redstone, I think.
news
Yeah.
sometimes, depending on how long those segments are. Those are still from the original recording and the outro as well.
Yeah, so like if you were to go back to like episode
1
6-ish, I think that's when we got our new song.
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around there. Well, anyway, so
Yeah, now to
yeah,
the
Zach, you
important
shouldn't
stuff.
just stay away. There's no one in here who wants to come back and thinks also responsible. Now, Yebe also said, I don't think we've been over this one yet. It's about Robbie Toby. You need to connect your YouTube to Google Plus so people can reply to your comments. Also, Agru told you to do so, and I told him why he can't answer it to the comments. I just want to say, don't forget Piston minecart. So, I guess he's talking about the Sark's suggestions thing.
The Piston
there's
minecarts are something that, if I would have to choose for either one of those, I would prefer the Piston minecarts to be added. It's something a little bit more in the theme or whatever they have
Yeah.
in the game.
Like when I watched the video, the most thing that annoyed me
'Cause-
about it is like when the minecart turns around, even though there's no block there or power drill or anything, it's just like the end rail, the rail
And he-
ends, and it just like turns around normally.
And he made it in
Or
such a way
anything.
that the block can only go one way.
Yeah, that's of course because it's a concept and it's like just
Yeah.
for showing off.
And
Yeah, just proof
it's
of concept.
it's cool that it's a block in a minecart, because they haven't added a block in a minecart for a while now. So
Val, like I think the thing is, I think how you do it is you just have like, very like the normal block in a minecart thing. Then you change the offset, and then like when you're in the position where the piston grabs the block, you actually spawn a piston there and just like the same size, so you won't notice difference.
How
Mhm.
recent is the command block
and then-
minecart?
I don't remember.
sometimes.
And then
That
when you
was one
move the
point
thing, you
five.
just like take the emerald block or what he had and just clone it with the move thingy. It's like some version of clone where it's like where you move the thing or like you could also do an entity like an armor stand or something with the block on the top and or teleport the block relative to the entity and then just give the entity a motion where it looks smooth or whatever. So yeah, that's probably how that was done.
But the piston is always facing the same direction.
Yes.
Should it be like that, or should it be that the piston is always facing the same direction
As it's
relative
driving?
to the minecart, so you can rotate a block? If, for instance, if you have a log with the log,
Well, that would be an interesting
on-
thing you could do in Minecraft then, but
yeah.
I don't really see the need for like a piston minecart at the moment.
It would be cool because, well, it gives another redstone item to play around with. But aside from that, like, no
And
real
you can
use.
rotate blocks then.
Yeah, but
That's-
like the way it looks at the moment, like it looks really really derpy.
yeah, I don't care.
Well, we would hope that Mojang would implement it a little bit better, but
Hope being the keyword.
But it's Mojang.
they would probably introduce it and it would glitch the crap out of servers and make them lag really bad.
Yeah, like moving blocks at the moment are bad enough if you like have a big tree farm or whatever. I don't want to see how it is when you have like your pistons in your minecarts. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think now we can come to like the very big discussion comment, which is mine, where he says like, what directional Quarry seems to be somewhat overcomplicated way to farm dark oak trees. And yes, that's of course true.
And it got a whopping 191 answers.
Just a whopping.
He would rather make something that continually pushes grass blocks through unpopulated chunks and automatically brings back all trees that generate on top. Like based on that comment, the following 190 basically are between Roby, Toby, Yeve, and Marvin, where they figure out how to make a chunk population tree farm. And like I'm roughly I'm very simplifying here, but like there's world downloads and different stages and like all the problems they have in there. So if you're interested, you can read up on all of that. I'm just gonna tell
Yeah,
you
it's
like
really
the,
cool
the
even like
interesting
just
bits.
downloading
like,
some earlier or later phases and just looking
the,
at
the,
what's
the, the,
happened.
the thing with like automatically bringing back all the trees is you actually have, well, you don't actually have to go there, but you need to generate you need to populate the thing to get the trees, and then only then you can bring them back. So you also need a grid basically that generates the chunk while your grass platform is there, and then afterwards you can collect them, of course. But it also means you cannot just like go into the same chunk, and you have to move forward all the time, which, well, I don't know, might be
Basically,
stupid because
in a way where it's
yeah.
still a non-renewable, because you have to load new chunks for it. The only thing you don't have to chop down the trees in the new chunks, because it gets chopped down automatically, right?
Well, like they have the part where they generate the tree, and then they have a compressor thing where it just like move the tree to a 2 or 3 wide space, right? And then you can just run a mobile relocate through or something, or just run after the thing and mine all day if you really wanted to. But they had like some very interesting problems, and one of those was if they're for example in a roofed forest, they they will get 2x2 trees, even if they have only one dirt there, and then it will generate the other 3 dirt around under the tree. And that, well, you could have the application of dirt generator if you really wanted that, even though it's a very slow one and inefficient and so on. But you can do that. But the problem is, with the additional dirt, they will go over their push limit at some point and break their machines. So that was quite an interesting challenge they had to work around. Then they also ran into issues with unloading flying machines and stuff, and all sorts of things. And there's like, I think like 7 different world downloads in there that I looked at, and also with like pushing grass in there. And the whole conversation reminded me of something I saw a while ago, which is a world download TDL gave me, and it's a design from Ground for moving, well, basically a platform in the end with slime blocks to generate the end pillars with the ender crystals on top. And that's basically the same that they are doing, just like
Don't
they are
think-
doing it a bit smaller so they can fit it all in one chunk, because then they get less problems with unloading problems and so on.
And they are going to automatically break it. I don't think the
Well, like the
the end
breaking
thing is
part
automatic.
itself is like not really part of the design. Like it's up to
It's
you
just
if
the
you want to
loading.
like break it automatically or just bind by hand or whatever.
Good luck with obsidian.
Hmm?
Good luck with mining the obsidian by hand.
Oh, for the end, for the
Yeah.
end pillar.
I know you
Um,
like digging obsidian.
Of course, who doesn't? No, like like I read all those like basically 200 comments, and the problem is like they all had like a good part of the conversation. Like there's not a lot of comments in there that's like first or like something really meaningless. Like there's always good arguments and like problems or ideas they came up with that helped along with the designing of this farm, basically. Uh, and there's like basically half essays most of the time.
In
which
other
is-
words, I didn't comment.
Yeah, like I really recommend like if you're interested in all the work that went into making a terrain generation tree farm, you can read those comments. And it's gonna take you a while. But like I think like one of the best ones in between there was like where is it? Let me find it. Where it's very to the end.
You can
Control
use your
F.
search option.
Yes, and
Or
um
F3.
yeah.
If you're smart and you're using Chrome, that is.
I use Firefox.
While enemy searches, I would like to know what Niels has against dogs.
Internet Explorer.
Okay, I
just
found
kidding.
it. Okay, we have a new problem. A village road just generated on top of my prototype.
What?
But other than that, it did perfectly fine.
Yes.
And it, because you
Yeah.
have to be in that biome. It's if you have a normal world with small biomes, it's you make the farm, but then it can only run for 100 blocks maybe, and then you have to stop it again.
Well, you don't necessarily have to be in a certain biome. Like, you can grow trees. Or
But if
you
you
can
want
generate
dark
trees
oak,
in a lot of biomes. But like, if you want dark oak specifically, yes, you need to be in like one of the biomes where that generates.
otherwise you have bad luck. You will find lots of snow biomes where there are no
Well, in
trees.
tigers, you get
and then-
through trees.
Yeah, ice spikes biomes or something like that, and then you run the farm for 1,000 blocks. You don't get anything.
Yeah, like also like one of the problems that they ran into like later on was like when they generate brown mushrooms, because they collect which basically takes all the wood and pushes them into 2 or 3 white space depending on the design, because they have a bunch of them. Yeah, it's just not set up for that because like it's 7 wide and they have no way of pushing downwards because they can put nothing on top because the tree might be bigger. so that will fail, and they can't really pull from below because it's really hard, and so on. So yeah, it's quite interesting stuff came up there. Yeah, but I think we should get on with the news now. 'cause
Yeah, I
we
mean, we've been on
spent-
it. We've
yeah.
been on the same subject for like 30 minutes.
But I
Moving
thought
on.
this was gonna be the comments episodes where we talk about comments for an hour.
Well, I could read out all the 200 comments, but
Yes, it's gonna work.
no, no.
I bet it
Including
Except-
manually pronouncing each link.
will.
No, you should.
Like-
just put it
YouTube.com/watch
if you're-
v equals c z x.
And like the funny thing is like sometimes in between they have like some screenshots, and it's like the whole comment is like explaining what you see on the screenshot and what it should do. Like they have like, okay, gold on the screenshot, it marks the chunk that does this and this and like stuff like that. And then there's like other screenshots where it's like you would expect from like the like Senkan's explanation videos or like Myron's Cryotech explanation video where he has like his nice fancy pictures and like marking out, okay, this is your chunk and these are the blocks you generate on this and this side, and then you move towards this side, you don't get all these problems and so on. Like, no, not
Yeah.
just like random paint drawings, but like actually nice looking stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
Nothing against paint drawing.
Do we want to read all the comments? Because I'm up for that.
I'm not.
If I
Like-
if I use TeamSpeak on iOS, all comments are in the chat box. Someone says get read out loud. So if someone posts a Giazo, a long string of random characters, well, that bot goes crazy. Can you use that bot maybe? Pronounce
Maybe
everything.
eventually.
Well,
You could read the Google Drive doc. That's like drive.google.com/file/d/24 capital
Stuff
and
it.
non-capital letters and numbers.
And I
slash
prefer
view
YouTube
question mark
links.
USP
There's
equals
only
sharing.
13. So.
I don't think. Okay, a public service announcement. There's this cool thing called goo.gl. Yes, Google, and it'll shorten your links to make that big long
But
drive.google to a link that is exactly, I think 16 characters long.
the other day I saw some post, a blog post, I think it was, about those shortened links. Where, if I can find it, I will post it in the show notes. And it said the advantages and disadvantages of using those links. Because if you see youtube.com/blah blah blah, you know it's a YouTube video. And if you see drive.google blah blah blah, you see it's a file on the drive. So
Well, just
you
like
know
the
what kind of content you
goo.gl.
will get. And if you just see Google/something, you have no idea what it be.
That's
Maybe
why you provide a caption to say what it is.
Well, also
Yeah,
there's
but
things like youtub dot no youtou youtu.be. Like there's also
Really?
that for YouTube.
on what?
That's true. The shortened link for YouTube. Whenever you
Oh, yeah.
like share a video,
Yeah, but then you know that it's from
Yeah.
YouTube, because it's YouTube's own link
Well,
shortener.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're kind of just talking about the general disadvantages of
Should we
shortening.
make a separate link shortener podcast so you can discuss this thing in like all
We're-
its beauty?
We're technically just talking about the disadvantages of all shortened links because, like, bit.ly, you can't tell what site that shortened link is from, just like any other link shortener.
No, but like sometimes there's like links where it's like and actually like saying in there what it is like.
Yeah, sometimes.
This time there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. I guess we start off with the merging stuff like we I guess now usually do. You can put in panel applications for Minecon if you didn't know. The time is
When
now.
that happen?
Well, you should have done a TRQ panel.
Oh my god, I'm
Guys.
totally going to make a.
I should
If,
be
you-
panel
if
as
you
a
guys
panel.
want us to make a TRQ panel, put more
But-
comments than last time or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but from us, who is all there? Only Wout and Micro, right?
No,
Wout and
well,
enemy.
An
Well, an
enemy
enemy.
and Niels
Norwegian,
in memory and macro in
I
with
could
less
be there
memory.
in video call if we had like a projector.
My parents could give me money. Go.
You could. Nah.
Yes, and we could have Norwegian.
Me and
We
Dad.
Yeah,
can
Norwegian will
ask
come.
Mojang if they move it to my backyard or to somewhere close to my house. Then
They
can
should
go.
have a Minecon in Eastern Russia, so that way we could like make everything as centralized as possible.
Why is Eastern
Why is
Russia
it
as centralized as
centralized?
possible?
Why
like
isn't France?
I have no clue. No one. I don't know
Well,
anyone
I mean,
who's like in
centralized
Russia.
between where would you say is a nice point between North America and
The
and
ocean.
Europe?
Core of the Earth,
The
Uh,
core of
yeah.
The Atlantic.
like kind of the center. Like,
You can-
anyway,
Like
You
it's
can
really
also-
hard to just come up with locations for this kind
Are
of
you
stuff.
sure you didn't mean Western Russia?
Or yeah, fail Western Russia.
anyway,
That's why I was
also
confused.
Minecraft Xbox 360 edition celebrated birthday, whatever. No one cares.
Happy birthday to you.
End of
Terrible
song.
console users, PC master race.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, like very early in the week, we had the teaser from Dinnerbone.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the new arrows
that.
and stuff. So I think we should talk about that for.
Dinner,
a
just
bit.
let us toy around. Like we
Like-
don't want you to release a snapshot and there to be 50,000 bugs and to have no clue what's going on.
Maybe those arrows are just a teaser and they're just other colors of arrows and they don't do anything special.
Well,
Just
then
like
that
leather
would suck, and then
armor.
I'd be disappointed, and
Just
then I'd throw
another
you off of a
color.
cliff.
Interesting.
Something I'm reading right now, actually, in relation to the panel submissions you just talked about, and me. Also, we will link to the panel submissions post and description, show notes. Also, I may have missed some stuff, so please put show notes in that. But something I read right now is all selected panelists will get free admittance to Minecon. So basically, if you're really sure you are making it, like traveling or something, then you don't have to buy a ticket. And if you're not sure, then you just waste the ticket if they actually select you.
Could sell the ticket online or something.
Oh yeah, you
If
can
you're-
actually refund it, that's right.
If you're a panelist, you get ticket for free.
Well,
But
they
do you
say
get a
free.
flight for free?
They get say free admittance, so I guess that's what it is.
Wait, is it?
But do you get a free flight and
Is
free
it also
housing?
including free drinks and free lunch and
I know about that. Probably not. Just free entry.
Yeah.
free waffles?
I'm just surprised by that personally.
Free
'cause-
waffles. Mojang isn't that generous
Aw.
yet.
But yeah, so Dinmon also did this teaser. And
Wait, I
take
linked
that
the wrong
in
image.
description.
I'm sorry. This is
then-
someone who changed the image.
Oh, so it wasn't your naked picture with your sister
The-
or something?
This is the original picture that I'm going to link now.
We have to laugh now. I'm just getting.
But yeah, it's like basically the same. What you can see on the picture is that you now have a slot for a shield.
Oh yeah.
One where you equip a quiver, and then a separate slot for arrows as well. So you now have to select what type of arrow you want to use. And in the screenshot he leaked, quote unquote leaked. You can see that we still have the normal arrows we have now. Then you have ones with like I don't know, like a gold tip. No clue what they would do. Like
You
gold
can
in
dig
Minecraft is
faster.
like well, gold in Minecraft is like usually very soft material. So I don't know like where that benefit would that would be. But
Isn't gold in real life also a soft material?
Yeah.
yes, that
What?
So it's-
yeah,
What?
gold is a very soft material. Yes.
Yeah.
In solid bar form.
Yes.
Yes.
It is
like
extremely soft.
Compared to other metals.
compared to
It's-
other
it's
metals.
just
yes.
like
Not
feathers.
compared to like a tree or whatever.
Yeah, in barred form you could bend it into whatever shape you want.
Well, like in bar form, it's harder to bend, but like if you have like a 3 mm thick piece and compare it to other 3 mm thick pieces of other metals, the gold is the one you can bend very easy,
Okay,
I know you can buy
and
a
it's
10
shiny.
by
So
10 centimeters by 10 centimeters buy 1 atom thick shield of gold for less than €1.
Not one
interesting.
atom, is it?
Yeah.
I
Hmm?
can get 1 atom thick gold.
Well, if
Yeah,
it's one
maybe
atom
not
thick,
1
yeah.
atom.
No,
it's just
it would
really,
be-
really
Well,
thin.
That
let's
would
go
be
back
it's-
to the
quantum
arrows.
it's
mechanics,
hypothetical.
wouldn't it?
You can
Let's go
just
back to the arrows. With the arrows, we
put it
can
on
see
your
there's
arrows.
one green-tipped arrow, which most people guess is a poison arrow. Then there's also a
I
black-tipped
thought it
arrow or
was a
gray-tipped
nature
arrow.
arrow. It will give. It's like bone meal.
Yeah,
will give nature.
it's the arrow of growth or whatever.
Yes.
Then there's a black one, which is the arrow of decay. Or no, it's probably slowness. Or
The
weakness.
arrow of growth.
It's the arrow of spawn generation. You just shoot somewhere and it generates a spawner for you. That'd be cool.
I think you can teleport
Like
because it's
like I
black and
think
the
in
end
like 1.6 or
a lot of
1.7
black.
snapshots or something. I think Ragnos made videos where he like uses arrows and like places torches where they land and stuff like that. So you can place spawners with that, but not survival. And then there's one more arrow which is kind of orange, browny. I don't know.
It's a
and
waffle arrow,
The waffle arrow.
It doesn't really look
Yes.
like a waffle, yeah.
but
But
it's orange.
it's it's kind of orange.
Well, waffles are tan, not orange.
But what do you guys think? What could that be?
The tan one, the orangey one.
Yes.
I think it might be like some sort of stun arrow, like paralysis.
Like slowness, basically.
Yeah, in a sense.
Maybe one's gonna be a blindness arrow. That would be scary.
Oh yeah,
Here's a
especially in
question.
PvP.
Will you be able to?
Oh wait, and come to think of it, like these might be rare drops from skeletons as well. Sorry for the interruption.
That would be cool. That's fine. No, I was just thinking, what if we're able to fire these dispensers?
Well, I'd assume we would be.
I'd assume we would be, but what if they're like less potent whenever you fire them from?
Well, normal arrows
dispensers,
are less,
or vice
less
versa.
potent.
Yeah. Normal arrows, huh? So I guess it would make sense a bit.
Yeah.
Also, like, I kind of wonder if the quiver is like something you craft once, or is it like something that takes durability damage? Because, like, I know it's a quiver. Why would it take durability? But on the other hand,
It's
Other-
a quiver.
otherwise
It
you
would
will,
take
like,
durability.
yeah, like, well, like, I know,
Yeah.
like, you probably need to have the quiver to like use more than one type of arrow or something. I'm not sure. Like, do you have? If you have no quiver, can you at least shoot then?
I'm only concerned with one thing about the quiver, and that is where do they render it?
Oh,
that-
like
that
so
would
you
be
can see
very
it on your
cool.
back.
Yes, because that's bullshit. Apparently.
Well,
Apparently,
on the,
it's
on the on the back, it's like on the side, it would make sense.
yeah,
you
like
can,
I've watched a video on it once, and well, it was about archery, and say that real art that it's more like a myth that medieval warriors used to carry them on their backs because, like, even when they like actors these days which have quivers on their backs, they typically just glue the arrows in there because they never like you can't fight and jump around and expect those arrows to stay in there unless it's just packed with arrows.
Jump around.
Yes.
Well, also the thing you have to think of if you like have your quiver on the back is like you have the length of the quiver and then length of the arrow. So like you have to get the arrow like straight out for the most
Yeah.
part, and then can go like to pull it over or whatever. And like for most things, your arm is not long enough. Like you should see like a long sword, like in a movie where like someone wears a long sword on the back or whatever. He cannot pull that thing out. Doesn't work. He has to like put down the whole thing and then like take it out and then like can
They
start
always
fighting.
cut that out because
It's
it's the
not
boring
really
part of the fight.
practical.
Yeah, it doesn't work. No,
Guys.
but back to Minecraft. Yes, okay.
Well,
But I don't
I
want
was
to.
gonna say I have a confession to make. I actually watched this guy on YouTube one time, and he's
too.
supposedly the world's fastest.
Oh yeah, that's the same
bow
video.
shot.
Yeah.
And he actually
Coming to
does
us.
use a quiver, and he uses it really efficiently. Is the way he does it, but it's
Not from the
shorter
back.
than the quivers that you have in the movies. And the way that it works is you're actually stabbing the arrows into a foam kind of substance to make them stick in to keep them from falling out. It's really
But-
hard to explain. I'll try to find the video and link it.
But he doesn't have his quiver on the back, does he?
He keeps it on his thigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
think
because
we're
if
watching
you
the
had
same
it,
video,
had
right?
your quiver on your back, it would be very, very, very difficult to actually get the arrow out from that position.
Yeah. What I wonder about the shield thing in Minecraft is like when you hold the shield, will it be like where you hold the map where you see less? Maybe.
And
That would
will
be
it
an
also be
interesting thing.
something another custom mob resource pack shields? You usually walk slower when you're holding a shield.
Yes.
Would it also
yes,
apply
yes.
for those shields?
Well, but like in Minecraft, then you would also say, okay, now when you like have a full inventory, you should walk slower than you have an empty inventory or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that, but I'm wondering if they're like gonna do like, okay, here's your iron shield, your gold shield,
they
your
want-
diamond shield.
If they say this the combat update, and yeah, I think having heavy weapons or shields that give you a high advantage over the other one should come with some yeah, how it's called, damn it.
I just hope that you can trade for quivers and shields.
Exactly. I also
I
maybe a
guess if
backpack.
like
And instead of that you have the quiver, that you can have a backpack.
that would be cool. Where you just get a big inventory.
Yeah, that you just have some kind of ender chest thing, but then it's always opened when you open your inventory.
Wait, hold on. If we got backpacks and we stored items in that backpack, and then we stored that backpack in an ender chest, could we technically be able to just carry around however much of whatever we want? Like we could have an entire storage room in our ender chest if we want to.
Maybe they should make it ender packs where you can just have that on you and then you can always open your ender chest.
Well,
That-
I guess
that
that
would
would
be
be a bit OP.
I mean, it would be OP, but it would be one step up from extremely
Otherwise,
annoying.
if you have backpacks, and yeah, I know from some of those mods you can stack backpacks and backpacks. So you have one backpack filled with backpacks, and in that backpack, every backpack. it's-
Yo,
and you
dog, I
have
heard you like
16
backpacks.
colors of backpack and
Yeah,
backpack
no.
inception. I don't think they will add something like that.
Like about the arrows, I might like if you have like the poison arrow, how would you make that? You like use a potion of poison and a normal arrow or something?
Or
Probably.
just the
That seems
ingredient
kind of-
for poison, so a spider eye and an arrow.
You'd probably like craft
Hmm.
a poison potion and an arrow together and get like 3 poison arrows or something like that.
I think you should
Really.
I
hope
think
that's
maybe
not how
they
it
would
works.
do it then one potion and then arrows all around it.
Maybe
Well,
they
I
have
mean,
like
it could be
Eight.
it could be something like arrow plus spider eye or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it
maybe you
just
have
said.
like a
Some-
mystery block where you throw in arrows or throw arrows on top and then you throw potions on top and then all those arrows are poison like poison arrows or whatever.
Maybe it just takes durability out
Or
of
you
the potion.
put your in a brewing stand, in a brewing stand, in the bottom slots, if you put your arrows in there, you can put 3 arrows in there, and then
Instead of
the
water
potion
bottles?
at top.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
What if you were able to mix a potion and a bowl, and then it would just take like durability from the bowl as you made more arrows?
Balls also don't have to. Well, no.
The
balls
new
don't have-
item with poison in it. That'd
Poisonous
be the name
soup.
too. Oil
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
poison in it. Holy
My
crap.
guess is they're going the crafting route.
Yeah, probably.
Also,
What if they make
back-
a new block?
We already
Like the
have a
path
lot
block,
of
yeah.
blocks.
Oh, sorry, path blocks. My bad. We can't expect them to overachieve. Duh. What am I thinking?
Back to the shields, I saw this really cool suggestions on suggestion on the Reddit, and the suggestion was that you could do your banner patterns on your shield, which would look really really awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a cool idea.
Like I guess you could do the same with leather armor, like where you have leather shield, where you can dye it a bit and maybe
And then
apply
with a
banners to it.
Custom
Like, so you
resource
could-
spec, you can have 2 different kinds, and that way you can have one team has their own logo and they put it on the shields, and the other team has their other logo and
Yeah,
that
like
on
you
their
could have
shields.
you could have a cross or something to symbolize like a knight in a mini game.
I can have a circle or rondje.
Yeah, okay. Back to other than Mojang news, I guess, because other than that, like I didn't follow that much what they did this week. Sorry.
I wasn't even aware that they did anything this week,
Yeah,
besides
I
the
kind of was
spoiler
working on
screenshot.
I wasn't aware that they could do anything in a week.
Soccer is
LOL.
dishing out the burns.
All I am is comedic relief. That's all I am for you guys, okay?
You offer valid input here and there.
Yeah.
One
Very
of
Here,
five
and,
comedic
here and there
relief.
being the keyword.
Okay, like interesting stuff. Other interesting stuff we saw this week. I guess we can kind of chronologically start off with end of last week, where right after the podcast, couple hours later, Mango went crazy and like
Wait,
Sort
hold
of.
on. Before you continue with anything,
Okay.
I'm just going to say something super quick, which
Okay.
pertains with what you think you were going
Didn't
to
you
say.
already say something super quick?
So, remember when last week during the podcast, how Helvins was like, yeah, we can't get dark oak trees farms to work. It'll never be a thing. Blah blah blah. Screw this. I'm sad. And then like a few hours later, him and Mongo came out with a design or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a good design, nonetheless.
that was like kind of one of the later things we want to talk about because
Oh.
there's like
Well, too bad. We talked about it now.
God damn
Okay,
it.
I guess we're
I don't
talking
want to
about
do
it now,
editing
like-
stuff. Oh, I don't want to.
yeah, like this the design is very cool. They crush every single leaf. And like still somehow like after a stack of trees they come out with like 5 more, whatever. I guess like if you generate them or if you just populate the trees, then you don't have to worry about the saplings, but whatever. No, like of course a stationary farm is way more convenient, and I don't know, like I am I right that like that they only like actually harvest like the lower three 2x2 blocks, right?
I don't know. I think.
Like they actually don't harvest like a lot of the wood. It's just like
Do the
Oh,
half
yeah.
reach route, they just don't bother.
Yeah.
That's an
Like-
option.
Well, I mean, I can understand why they would do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because-
already very hard to like get all this
Yeah.
other stuff in. But like now that like there's a design out there, a good one. Like when you look at other dark oak tree farms, I looked around YouTube and there's like very very bad designs on there that you.
I know
I
one.
no way. No,
I
no,
know a
like way
good
way
one,
worse. Like
Just break bedrock and then you get tons of wood.
yeah, if you're in a version
but
where
not
this
tons of
works.
saplings.
Well,
Yeah.
if you like shear every single leaf like we did, so you can
Yeah.
sustain yourself, then you get some second over.
Or what I did,
not a
just
lot.
get a fortune pickaxe and break everything by hand.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Yes.
Or just use a fortune axe so that way it doesn't take 2 durability instead of 1.
What?
if you don't use the right tool, you take double durability damage.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know. No, but like I kind of hope that now that this dark oak tree farm is out there, the fully AFKable one, other people will be inspired to try and make a better one, and we will get more better
So you're
farms in the
saying
future.
this one is bad, or you
Hopefully-
just hope
Hopefully
it will get
Spire will
improved?
hopefully Spire will be inspired. Ha ha ha.
Hint, hint, hint,
Uh-huh.
hint.
Shut up, Micro.
Such laugh, so humor many pun.
Yes, indeed. Well,
Well, I
his
mean,
pun
if
is very funny.
Spire were to be inspired, I'd honestly like to see his design.
I think I actually made up another ones already. You thief.
Has
Oh.
he? No, he only made
No,
a.
I did. I think when I wrote Zipcard fanfic part 1.
Is it-
You wrote a Zip Crowd fanfic?
he
Yes.
posted it on the
Dude.
Zip Crowd Reddit. It was hilarious.
I
would
promised
read
it.
the
I think Macro. I
crap
think you
out
were
of
there.
that. Oh
Yeah,
my
I was there. And,
God.
I was there, and you were like, we were talking about like fanboying or something, and then Wout was like, "Speaking of fanboying, I'm gonna write the Zip Crowd fanfic."
I don't know how it was started, but I promised someone, and later on, we
Yeah,
asked
and then
Spire to have
the next thing I
get his
know, I'm out to
involvement.
dinner with my dad, and I'm checking my phone, and then
Was
I
it
see
the next thing you
Zip
know,
Crowd
just like
fanfic.
3 weeks later? Is that the next thing you know when you passed out? Then you're in coma?
Yes, I passed out for 3 weeks. I was in a coma.
That's how it usually does it.
Yes. Anyway, also
That-
Spire said something. I was asking Spire for his participation, and he said something because we asked him to say something. So then I involved. I
Don't we
put it in the
all
story as well.
say something?
Something.
No.
Well, anyway, I'll put it in the show notes in case people are reading it for some reason.
Yes, it's beautiful. You need.
Okay.
I've been
You need
accused
to
of
see.
saying too much.
Back to what I wanted to say before Micro interrupted me and said before I say anything. Mango this week, or
Did drugs.
No.
We wish.
well, he made a rabbit foot farm,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
which you can use to make potions and get, I guess, drunk on potions. Like the interesting thing about it is that he actually like makes everything he needs to farm the rabbits, like the carrots and all that stuff, and the potions to kill all the rabbits. Makes inside of the farm, which is quite cool. The other thing that's quite interesting is he has the rabbits drop down and breeds them while they're falling, because then he like can click them one by one compared to when they're like moved by water and like stack up together. And also he uses a ton of cobwebs.
That's
which
a
is quite fun.
fun job to get all of those.
Well, I don't think it's that much. Like, what is it, 5 by 5 and it goes upwards for however blocks. So yeah, it's a couple of stacks, but it's not that bad. You
Okay,
could
anime.
use more cobwebs in other applications. So, then there was something interesting Wout did, which was non-physical
That's-
slimestone.
What? I did something interesting.
Wow, it's
I-
interesting.
I thought it was interesting. Do you want to talk about non-physical slimestone for a quick second?
You watched the video, and later on you didn't talk about it at all, and I asked for your opinion, and you were like, yeah, cool, whatever. And now you want to talk about it.
Well, we talked about it a little bit, but yes.
Well, I don't like the title to begin with. I should have called it virtual connections, but I wasn't sure of the use of that word. So, yeah,
Okay,
go
like
ahead.
can you just like explain the concept that you mean with that? then-
So basically, we're talking here about limestone connections, you could say, which aren't physical, yet
That's-
basically, it's a bit hard to describe. I think I did an alright job in the beginning of the video, but my problem was that I had a limestone machine, and I had to get it through a pretty narrow situation. So what I looked at a couple of options. Well, actually many, but not all in that situation. Anyway, I ended up at that situation. I was like, okay, gotta do this, and basically it involved getting getting the machine through a wall with a one wide hole, which is kind of annoying because so basically the engine was on one side, and the stuff I wanted to do things with was on the other side. But yeah, if you're working for Slimestone for a bit, you know you can't just place slime blocks in between there because it will drag the wall along. So, am I making this too lengthy?
No,
Nope.
go on.
Or
I disagree.
Yeah, okay, Soccer, you explain it.
Never mind. You're making it perfectly lengthy. The beautiful amount of
Actually,
length.
I
It
wanted
sounds
to
really
hear what
bad.
yours is. Yes, it sounds really bad indeed. Now I guess I'll just continue. So I was thinking of what I'd basically call non-physical Samsung connections or virtual Samsung connections or whatever you want to call them, which would basically be connections where you have two separate flying machines, but they somehow interact. One basically interact with the other, you could say, the other way around, not as much. The one which contains the engine does something which somehow makes the other one, which I call the follower, move one block up or down, and the follower has to be able to do that at the same speed of the guide's engine, of course, so it can keep a. For example, the one I showed, I'm pretty sure that one would completely fail on the hypercharged engine. But I don't use those ones in the thing, so I just use normal ones.
What thing are you building?
The
Big project, you know.
Thing he doesn't talk about.
Yeah,
For
I
now.
thought maybe he would say something about it.
I've
That's
already
fine.
almost misspoken or miswritten a tweet a couple of times, and I'm making this even harder for me.
That's a challenge.
Oh well, yeah, that's thanks. Anyway, 3 weeks, people, and the video should be up. So yay.
Well, do you want to say another thing about that, or should we continue?
Well, I should probably just quickly summarize what this particular method I end up using in the video was, which is simply that you have the guide, which has a couple of butts in it, which every time it goes up or down, it pushes this redstone block into the wall. On the other side of the wall, you have the follower, which has some incomplete engines, and by triggering it with a zero-tick pulse on some specific points using that redstone block, you can actually make it move one block up or down. And that's it basically. So and that works at the right speeds. So you basically have 2 flying machines which act as one. And yeah,
2
that
heads are
was
better
pretty
than
useful.
1.
And the
Yes,
wall in between.
And if you guys want a hint, I blame Fano for forcing me to make that. It will I don't figure out what that means, but I have reason to. Oh well.
Okay. Now to something really cool, which is spider-only mob farms. And
Two of them.
I think like the first time we talked about that idea was in our mob farming episode, which was like way back. Where I kind of like just asked if there was like a spider-only design for mob farms. Because if you like build a big piston pusher mob farm where you like get all the creepers and skeletons and zombies in the world, you don't get any string. And then you have to build like a spawner one, for example.
A dual spawner also.
Yeah, and
Quad spawners.
Atomic
that's, like,
butter.
actually kind of hard when you have to generate and stuff. But anyway, then TDL, the Diddlis, came along and made a string farm basically. Just because I had this idea and asked about it in the podcast, which is very cool, and he's very awesome for doing that. But also on last week's podcast, Mango teased his string farm with insane amount of 200 ghasts. And he actually uploaded the video like very soon after.
My question is, why ghasts?
Because if you have to ghast, you can push the spiders.
Well, you could use slimes
So-
equally as good, couldn't you?
Gas,
No.
so you know that's way too expensive and nobody will build it.
If you like, they already said in the podcast, if you use slimes, they will bounce back if they hit them, if hit the spider, and ghasts won't.
Yeah, good point, I guess.
Because
that's
if you
strange.
would use slimes, then you're like basically your slime moves against the spider, and it goes back, and your spider stays in your farm, and it's
Yeah,
not
but why
good.
does that happen? Because the movement
Because
is assigned by the
moonring.
minecart, right?
Yeah. Perfect reason.
I have no clue. It's weird.
Maybe you have to put the minecart closer to it or something.
It's Minecraft.
It's Minecraft.
No, this is Patrick.
Well, the very interesting farm is like, of course, Mangoes is like using 200 gas and uses like 100 by 100 space or something weird like that. But I think if you like scale up TDL's farm, you get, without doing gas, I guess comparable output rate. Quite cool. So yeah, if you are running out of string and don't have any spawners nearby, that could be something you would want to do.
We have a double spawner. The only problem that we have is the spawner is in such a place where when you're standing there, the storage system of the spawner is not loaded.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad design idea. But
Yes.
also like this spider farm he shows in the video, which is not that big, spawning space wise, is already quite a bit faster than a double spawner. So yeah, check that out, and if you totally want to go crazy, you might want to go catch 200 guards and build Mango's version. Anything else to add?
Me? No.
Well, I don't know. I think Spork's laughter was a bit short, so that was
Ha 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 ha
just
ha
appropriate.
ha ha
That should
ha
be
ha.
fine.
Okay, that's a good amount of laughter now. Let's move on to
Okay.
the next thing.
Oh wait. Also, wasn't it? Did you guys mention the spawn proofing by using villagers?
Yeah, we talked about it in the last episode of the podcast.
Okay. All right. That
Yes,
was
thanks,
pretty
Micro,
funny.
for keeping up.
Well, I can't
Yeah, you were
remember
there
everything.
last time. What the hell?
It's not like I have a photographic memory or anything.
You
do.
really
should
Oh my
find
god,
it.
it's out there.
Just photographic memory.
For a low price of
just
1995.
Oh,
Hurry while supplies last.
just an SD card.
Supplies do not last.
Then do they first?
No,
Oh.
they kind of go in the middle.
Ah, okay.
Okay, good to know.
Enemies interested.
want me to
I'm
want
sorry,
me to save
I'm
one for
sorry.
you?
No, let's just move on. We like jumped around way too much already.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Enemy wants content, people. Why should we give it to him? What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
The answer is no.
See you
Yes,
next
you
time when we wrote and read all your comments and then decide if I should say more or not. Back to stuff that happened this week. Redstone chairs made something cool again.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And he made some very cool underground TNT cannons.
Hmm.
The first one he made was visible, like he had the holes where he shoots out of. In the second one, he actually managed to make it flush, which is very cool.
First one visible, second one was invisible, so it was basically nothing.
I didn't say it's invisible; it's flush. Difference.
It's toilet.
No.
Yes, it's toilet.
That was lame.
Yeah, like come on, like.
Come on, family friendly people.
Yes.
Toilets are family friendly. Both kids and adults can use them.
I love you,
God
Toledo.
damn it! What
Maybe there are
happened to this
maybe
podcast?
some 2-year-olds watching
Micro.
the podcast. Macro, you're being so disrespectful.
Okay. Where were we? Like Teen Seconds, right? Also with the flash one, he has a quite interesting way of doing of putting the block there and getting it back, because he uses the slime block to bounce the TNT. He uses that to push up the sticky piston that pushes has a slime block, the cover up block on top, the floor block, I guess. And then he like retracts that, and then he pulls down the piston with the slime block that he uses to bounce, and then like pulls down the block again, and then moves it to the side.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool.
Remind me of the days when TNT cannons were those
Those were really what?
Back when they were enormous.
Oh,
Yeah.
when they were a lot more common.
That's what I meant by enormous. Like they were huge all over the place.
No, there were some small designs as
Can you repeat that? I
Wrong
wasn't quite
context.
paying attention.
Okay. Back to blowing more stuff up. Actually skipping a bit in the
Enemy
chronological
family
thing.
friendly, no blowing stuff up.
Redstone stuff made a 9-block.
Redstone?
Yeah,
Wait, what? What's his name?
Redstone
Redstone
stuff?
stuff.
Okay, spell it.
This guy's been on your more than once, but okay.
Yes,
I think
Reds?
Micro has been sleeping under
for a
rock.
long time.
Even I know about it. and
Okay.
I
I
spent all the time sleeping here.
misheard it, and okay, never mind.
I'm sorry. Well, he made a 9-block shield buster, which is crazy. Like he in his video, he has some example things where he flies through with his missile, and it's just crazy. Like he flies through 4 walls or something, and the 5th one he gets stuck and blows something up. Then very
Well,
cool. It's basically like a tunnel bore. missile.
I have to say that's cool, but it's only unidirectional, right?
Yeah, only one.
Yeah, so wouldn't be useful, unfortunately, for the problem discussed earlier. The dungeon and stuff. But yeah, cool.
Yes.
And we will link it down in the show notes, of course.
Then, like the last thing I wrote down is Spire's Tree Farm. He made an explanation video where he shows using the village marker mod for 1.8. He shows how his villages are generated and moved into position. And one of the very cool things, like I never really looked into how his farm works, but one of the very cool things that you can see with the village marker mod is how the radius of the village increases, and he uses that to get on the other side. Like he starts off in the east, I think, or west, and then moves eastward, or the other way around. Doesn't really matter. And he like goes one door, +6, then +11 or something, and then his radius is so big that he can add all the doors on the left side of his spawning platforms, and with those doors, his radius is big enough, so it's bigger than the radius of the previous villages already completely in place, and then he can detect the radius with like the doors that are on the complete other side of the farm, and with those he can move his center so far over that he can also detect the ones that are to the right of his spawning pad, and then he just like removes all the temporary ones again and starts over, and that's quite cool abuse of the radius of the village. Well, it's not very new because like it's still the same farm, but now you can see it, and he explains how it works and stuff. So that's quite cool. And in the end, there's a little teaser for something very, very cool that's gonna happen hopefully very soon, or soon.
Click
It's
the
my
link in the show notes. Click.
it's my quadhexual flag machine, my 1000
No,
subscriber
it's
special.
like
Oops, I spoiled it.
you cannot see a lot, but you can hear a lot of noise.
Well,
So,
spoils finally.
I don't
yeah.
think it's that. Wout would not say that. He would just say that, and then people think,
Oh,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
no,
Well, that troll.
it's
But I mean,
maybe
he's
he
just playing a cycle.
thinks
Hey,
about it.
He's just playing a psychological game with us. He's making us think, yes, this is it, and no, this isn't it at the same time. So we'll be conflicted with ourselves, and we'll learn not to trust him at all.
Actually, I wasn't talking because my brother walked into the room, but thanks thanks for freaking out over it. That sounds like a very good psychological game. Yeah.
How
so
many
that's totally
layers
what
of
it is.
psychological things is that?
Over 9,000.
15. That's
15.
the redstone limit, remember? I can't think for further than that.
Talking about signal strength or redstone limit, Koala Steam made instant wire that still can carry signal strength, which is very cool. Looks very simple. I have no clue how it works, but the video is in the description, and you can look at it and see if you can make some sense out of it. So have fun with that very useful functional invention. Yes.
Okay.
But-
show notes.
Yeah, that's all I got in my notes.
All you got in your notes? Well, that was only like an hour or something.
I'm
What's wrong with you,
sorry.
enemy?
I'm sorry. Next time I'll try to make better notes.
Let's
You
see
mean
if I
worse
made
notes?
any notes.
Depending on how you see it.
Because technically, we can make this podcast last however long we want.
Yeah, we
Yes, we
could
can
like
just totally
just
It's
like
not
whatever
like
stuff
you
now.
said. It always has to be exactly 43 minutes and
Yeah.
36
27
seconds.
seconds.
or we could just like sit together for like 48 hours, maybe play some Minecraft and just like record everything we say and call it a podcast. Could also work.
That would be more like a TRQ live stream, not a podcast. Not necessarily a podcast.
We could do like the 2-hour podcast right after when we're like totally done from being awake for 48 hours. But anyway, let's move on
So what are you moving on
Yeah,
on
but
to?
next topic on your
to
list,
your
enemy.
notes or Niels's notes or
I
Uh,
made
you guys want to
one
talk
thing
about.
for the notes, but you already covered it.
Well, yeah, I'd like the underground cannon, kinda. Let's look at the other stuff.
But
Scroll,
all
scroll,
the
scroll,
things
scroll.
that enemy has had on his notes.
I did a
Last
tree
video.
farm.
That's one thing I think we should mention, and enemy is gonna hate me for it, but I think we have to mention the campfire slash fireplace slash whatever hype going on around the Redstone community in the past couple of days.
The
What do you guys
Okay.
think?
Go
What
on.
one?
Go on.
So yeah, there's this hype around getting flush with floor campfires. So
Oh
basically
yeah,
have-
that.
So basically, you turn a normal solid surface into another rack block with a fire on top of it. Actually, it's pretty hard because even if you have fire charges, normally you would think you have to fire them downwards.
And when do I use that?
Well,
And fancy lighting.
when do
basically.
you use a 5x5 door, Niels? For
When
fancy
you
lighting?
walk through it,
To
I
get
guess.
into your
When you
base
walk
or
through
whatever.
it.
It's yes. Maybe the fire is a good way to get into your base because you die and then you respawn at your bed.
That seems like a horrible way to get in my base, but sure, go on.
Okay.
But what happens to my what will happen to all
Niels.
of my
Niels,
items?
Do you
then?
want
stop it.
content?
So it's like,
Okay,
yeah,
actually,
like
no, I don't
tell
care.
us.
Just go ahead.
Well, I can tell you where it started because I actually happen to know where like this hype starts, I guess.
Mazuma, right?
Yeah, it's the Torch of Hope.
The Torch of Hope.
You mean the Torch of Hype?
Actually,
Hype.
watched the Magic Campfire, which was released here. I will link it in
Well, like
chat.
the Torch of Hope was, I think, last week even, and it's basically cobble wall, a netherrack, and then a fire on top. So it's a bit more. But what you basically do is when you're extending the piston, you can shoot the fireball through the piston and the block, and then land it on top of the block if you time it right.
Yep.
And that's how you do it basically. And during this week, a bunch of people made a bunch of designs to do that. And this is where Wout comes in with his part, because I'm
Well,
done
actually, the
talking now.
Magic Campfire is what most people did. Basically, it blew up a bit when Mumbo featured it, so we also linked to that, but we will also link to the Torch of Hope, which is a bit of a more complex version.
Let's gather
Uh,
around the campfire and sing the campfire
Okay,
song.
Mumbo's Magic
Please don't.
Campfire.
AMPVUURL.
Yeah, it kind of blew up after that, so we'll link to all those videos. So yeah, I think that's worth mentioning. Now, Coach Crafted
the funny
and something
thing,
that and stuff making sense.
and the funny thing I saw was Tico's version of the
Yeah,
campfire.
Tico, I forgot.
And yeah, Deco hasn't uploaded anything in quite a long time now. And maybe happy that he uploaded something. And I actually watched his version before. So I saw like his what is that, like 5 or 7 long by 2 wide campfire thing in response to Mambo's. And I looked at Mambo's and his like 7 by 7 or something weird like that.
Well, Mumbo doesn't compact anymore.
Like
I
yeah,
don't know
like he's
what
not
Kevin
even
did, but-
trying anymore. Like if you can do it too wide,
Yes, because people are
you're
interested
obviously doing
anyway.
something
People
wrong.
look, enemy face it. General public doesn't give a fuck about compacting apparently.
Yeah, but
For
like
most cases, if you have enough space, then I don't care about that either. But most of the times when I want to make a door, it's in a special place and I don't have a lot of blocks.
Sometimes
So
I
I make
accidentally
something
compact.
myself, and in one way it's really compact, but the rest it's far from compact.
Sometimes I accidentally compact things.
Accidentally, oh my god.
where did my iron farm go? Ooh, it's compacted down to 1.
Yes,
One
that's
village
how
iron farm. Way more compact now.
Well, Redstone wise, sometimes I accidentally misfollow a tutorial and then it ends up working, but somehow I compacted it.
Yeah, I
you
love
think
when that
good job.
happens. And then a few
Like, it's
weeks
usually
later,
just a
you
minor
find out
thing,
that
it's
it's
not
not
necessar-
exactly.
It's usually just a
Functional.
minor thing, not necessarily like a not necessarily like, oh, I'm the greatest redstoner ever and I compact everything in sight.
Without
I
even
just left out
thinking.
all the moving pistons, so made my door way better.
Actually, I should probably have done this checks before. So, but you know for sure that Bumbo's one is larger than Tico's one, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so like, actually, there's one from a very small channel, Mr. Joe Billy. I watched a couple of days ago, and I looked at it. It was like, hey, that's actually really because like one of the things he used in his design was basically to check the state of a block with the swap block. You normally would do that with using like a redstone block or something, but he can't because he has to push it up and stuff. So he uses a normal block, but what he does is he places a comparator on one side and a hopper containing some materials on the other side. And I thought that was, for example, a very smart way to compact some stuff, but actually didn't get around to checking if his design is entirely smaller. So, enemy, what again was the size of Deco's design?
It's too wide.
2, yeah.
And I think like 4 or 5 down, and 6 or 7 long.
Well, actually,
think
I
it's
you know
6
what? I'll
long.
just check it probably in. I mean, if
Yeah,
this video right
like-
here. One Deco, show it. Okay, so I'm looking right here. It's
Probably in
2
description as
wide,
well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, man, like this will be a lot of videos, but okay, let me
Gonna
get
link
back
all
to
all
this.
the Magic Campfire videos now.
Yep, we're working on it. Okay, Deco's Magic Campfire. Yeah, this will take a bit of time.
I
but
just want a new record for the amount of links in one.
wouldn't be that much. It will just be a lot of one and the same thing. So
Yeah,
And then
but
one of those
5
will not be
links.
a Magic Campfire, but something really, really awesome. Secret link.
Okay,
I
will
don't
never
have the
know.
project
Finds out which
uploaded
one.
yet, in case that's what you're thinking. I don't even have
No,
the
that's
first
not what I
shots.
was thinking, but
Okay.
It's a good option.
sure.
Oh, because I
could
don't
also
have
do
it
that.
yet.
Or does he? He's just playing mind games with you.
No, I plan on recording the first shots tonight. That's the difference.
Are you
Hype.
sure?
Yes.
So if everyone just
Don't worry about it,
subscribes
I
to
still have to
Wout
check some.
right now, and then Wout reaches a 100 No, just
I'm not gonna
1,000.
release it just today. I have
And
a
then
good reason to release
it's
it on May the 13th. Okay, that's all. I'm
he
saying.
May the
has
13th be with you.
13th.
Is that your reason?
Not
Return
sure.
of the Fifth.
Yes, Return of the Sith. Sure, totally. Go ahead. You guys go
Yeah.
and speculate. I'm checking the size
Return of the
design.
Fifth. It's like the Sith day.
Okay, so it's 5 high, 2 wide, and 6 long. So yeah, that's actually really small, I have to say.
Yeah,
Props
like
to
kind
Tico.
of seems to be a trend. Like Mambo makes a Redstone video, and like 2 hours later, there's like 4 better designs.
Not 2 hours later. Okay, I have to see the design I saw from Mr. Joe Billy. It has some compacted parts, but actually the entirety is really not compacted at all. So never mind.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah, like Tico is
Okay.
still crazy good at Redstone.
Okay.
Yeah, Tico is probably one of the best, or is definitely one of the better compacts out there.
Pico
I'm
is
waiting for you,
Redstone.
old Coach Crafted and Cube Hamster, when you did Solid Redstone.
I want my redstone back, Cube.
Yes, not
Hashtag.
30, not a 30 Slimestone. I'm ready to work on that. Damn it.
Just let Wout do the Slimestone so he can get all the credit for
That's because
everything.
I'm so good at it.
Yes.
Of
Not
course.
like he gets all of the views.
Well,
He's
he's
still
good at
not
this
on me.
as well. So
Or is he? Dun dun dun.
like, the
You
Gensha was pretty cool.
you
Yeah, it was one
Gargantua
directional
was
though, so
fantabulous.
I definitely have seen some of his stuff where I'm like, this seems basic, and then you start building it and you're like, actually you need to switch thread here. There's actually a lot of stuff to this. Some concept some really nice concept, but unidirectional does make a lot of stuff easier. Let me state that. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well. So with that out of the way, that one is 60. Codecraft also made one, but I don't think his one was that big. I was that small. Let me just quickly check. And Codecraft's home will of course also be in the description because while we're at it already, I guess we can do this, or can't we? Yeah, Codecraft's one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high, 6
1, 2, 3, 4,
wide.
5. You get
It's-
it? Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5.
It's exactly twice as big as Deco's one, so Deco's one is just amazing, I guess. It will also be in the description.
That was a joke. Niels 2015.
That wasn't actually my idea, but sure, call the joke if you wanna.
No, I mean, I was just quoting Niels.
Well, yeah, of course you were.
Well, why would I not quote Niels? He's so quotable.
That was a joke. I never said that.
So
Well,
Micro,
then just
want to talk
no.
about your tree farm?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I made a tree farm.
End of story. See ya.
Yep, end the podcast. Bye. No, just kidding. But
Hasta luego.
yeah, but I did make a tree farm, and it is fantabulous. It doesn't work with acacia yet. I'm still working on getting it to destroy as many leaves as possible and getting the tree out as fast as possible. But once I get it working with acacia, that'll be the final model. And it works just ridiculously. It's the best tree farm I've ever built.
Bragging.
Definitely going.
Doesn't mean
definitely,
it's a good tree farm.
it is a good tree farm.
Yes,
nonetheless,
it is.
But it's the best tree farm I've ever built, and I've built a lot of tree farms. But yeah, it's really great, and it also works for 1x1 spruce trees, but nobody cares about those anymore.
Why would I?
And it
I-
actually uses slime blocks to make the redstone a lot more easier and fast, I guess. But yeah, it's hard to explain. It'll make sense when you see it and use it.
A lot more easier, right?
It
a
also
lot-
has some features that I suggested and came up with partially.
Yep. Destroying things through using the logs that you collected. It's a pretty funny concept. But you just download it. It'll be in the podcast, and I'll the link to my video will be in the podcast, and
In podcasts.
Really?
It's already in
You
the
think that-
podcast right now because you said
no.
it.
It'll
In
be
the
in the
show notes.
show notes. Fail.
Oh yes, how can you expect that after insulting me that badly?
Because I'm omnipotent,
No, you're
and
not.
I am love and life.
Spock, I'm gonna leave the chat right now and you can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Dub.
But yeah, it'll be in the show notes, and the download link will be in my video, and just download it. And it's a schematic file, so yeah.
Spock.
I'm wondering, Spock, like, is advertising your own channel a way to compensate for me not advertising TRQ on my own channel?
What? Say that again?
Look, you're here advertising your own channel. I'm like,
I'm not
that was
advertising
what
my
you
Boy
did.
said
channel.
you were compensating, Micro.
Maybe this is how they compensate for it. So I don't do a lot of advertising of TRQ. Therefore, you do a lot of advertising of your own channel on TRQ. You see, so it's opposite way.
Well, technically, we all do advertise our own channels on YouTube.
Not too often.
Do I?
Well,
No.
Niels,
I
you don't
do.
count because you don't upload to it.
He
It's-
uploads to it. He made the video
Frequently.
about yes, he
The
recently did.
spreadsheet.
The
Well,
spreadsheet.
yeah, that was one of said shoutouts.
One of
But
said
you know what I
shoutouts.
mean. Whatever.
No, we don't.
Mm.
Explain yourself.
No hate.
No hate. Is that what you mean?
No hate.
But I know probably next video of Micro at the end he will probably say, hey, it's this other channel, TRQ, click the screen, or click the link in the description, click.
Yes, that's
I'm
totally
gonna
my next
have like
video.
I'm gonna bombard my next video with links.
Okay.
Yes, so
To
that's
Wout's
the way to
videos or
contact
to
Wout.
what?
No, my next
So about-
video, dingus.
No, that's to Wout's video, so he gets 1,000 subscribers, so he has to release
Oh,
that other video.
that's
and then...
that's
But
a
I'm not.
good point.
That's not. I already explained this. May
Hmm.
30th.
No, if it's a 1,000 subscriber special, it should be within 1 day after reaching 1,000.
Not everyone does
Yep.
that. 1 day is really short notice for a big post.
Come on, Jay,
Yes.
I'll give a shout out to Wout again.
Yay.
But
Wout shout.
it's something you can prepare for because you're already making that thing. It's not now I get 1,000. What shall I do?
But
What if
most
you-
people
start.
don't?
What would you
most
do
people
if you
don't prepare.
received 1 million active subscribers overnight?
Then I would be releasing it on May 30th, and then I would call it maybe the 1 million subscribers
I would
special.
be
I'm not sure.
partying because my AdSense revenue would go insane.
I don't have an AdSense account. I have to make one though because I want to do some experiments before they implement a new system.
Oh, they're implementing a new
Pyramids.
system? Crap.
Yes, they should have
Michael,
gotten
have
the
you
email
been
like
living
2 months ago.
under a rock?
Are,
or
are
what?
you talking about the subscription system?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, I
everyone got
know
an email
about
for
that.
that. Even I did, and I'm not even.
I know about
I'm
that.
partnered, but I don't know I'm not part of the AdSense program. Really.
I thought you were talking about like a different.
No, just that.
Yeah.
And I would like to see how some of the revenue works because it will.
I
What's
think we
import-
once calculated if we like keep growing like we did. When we calculated, we can afford 8 Snickers a year or something.
8 Snickers a year. This year, you mean?
Dude, I
then.
want a Snickers. You guys just made me hungry. I hate you.
Love you too, Soccer.
I ate all
Love
my
you too.
pepperoni, so I can't eat more pepperoni. I have
Sure.
Oreos, I guess.
Sure. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, don't get your hopes up because a lot of you will probably won't find it very interesting.
I'll find it interesting for your sake.
Can you buy me
If
a
I have to.
Snickers?
No, we don't have Snickers. Oh, wait, actually we do.
Wait, you have to make $100 for you can draw, don't?
Yeah, you have to make wait,
Yep.
yeah,
And
$100.
it's on Charles. I actually checked lately because of the AdSense.
You're like,
Yeah.
OMG, our channel's getting so big. We're about to get $100.
No, I want to see
and you're
how
gonna
much
keep
revenue.
all the money to yourself.
I often get the figure from like
You terrible.
I wouldn't name names
person.
because I may not be allowed, but from some small YouTubers and also larger ones who say, "Oh yeah, that they typically get like 1 CPM," but they always
I
fully
once heard
advertise.
that they are allowed to tell it. The only thing they don't want to tell it, so they just say, "I'm not allowed to tell it."
Yeah, see, that's the thing because like once I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey, dude, shouldn't you really be doing this, saying this on stream?" Like, yeah, dude, it's totally like they changed that stuff long ago. Like, yeah, I should probably actually look into that if it's allowed.
And otherwise,
Yeah.
you can see it on Social Blade an estimate of what they.
Yeah, you.
Well,
can
yeah, but
see their
those are
projections.
very differing.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's bet-
social-based
It's
sources are
between
actually.
15 cents and 50 euros.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, like if you look at a channel like Doc, like either he's a millionaire or he's barely making, well, not a millionaire, but either he's in a very good position or he is not barely making a living, like not
Yeah.
very precise.
PewDiePie earns like
$4
earns
million
like
a year.
million to 16 million a year.
It's just-
Like
Well-
I'd be perfectly fine on either end of that spectrum.
Well, yes, but for most people aren't PewDiePie. So-
Yes,
Perfectly
I know.
fine on a
Luckily.
tenth of them.
Niels, don't you insult PewDiePie?
I didn't see anything.
You're speaking with a
Niels,
bro
this
right
isn't
here.
A PewDiePie insulting session.
I don't want pie. I want fly.
Neil,
You want
Neil-
PewDiePie.
Personally, in
Niels?
my opinion, he's earned every right to he's earned like every right to his money. Like honestly, you shouldn't insult him for doing what he's doing to earn that much money.
Honestly, I agree.
Yeah, I don't find him that funny anymore, but
Yeah,
hey,
people
like,
find him entertaining for a reason. I don't find him entertaining for that same reason, but still, people find him
well, it
entertaining.
depends. Like, I actually was I really liked this Walking Dead series, but that was because I really liked the game and I watched other parts of this.
Yeah, I used to be moderately interested in what he was doing until he stopped doing like horror games for the most part.
So basically, just wanted to see him laugh. Kidding. Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like the best like personality when he was scared.
Yeah, I mean, Amnesia and stuff. That was like also fun stuff to watch.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess we will link to PewDiePie down in the description. In case you don't know
the first
them.
and last TRQ episode to do so.
We
Yeah,
don't
probably.
have to.
We will.
We
We
can
will.
say you
our
can look it
supports.
up on YouTube.
No, we are linking it. You have no say in this, Niels.
I can cut out this part.
No, you can't because I will edit the podcast description.
Aren't we running overtime?
I guess we could stop. I think it would be
Technically,
a good
there's
time.
no definition of overtime for this podcast.
There isn't, but I think this
Yes,
would be
there
right time.
is. Because
It's been like 1 hour
we have
40 or
somewhat of
something.
a schedule to release it or publish or whatever on Monday. And yes, if we are going on for longer, that means longer rendering time, longer upload time, and we won't make it for Monday.
All right. Well,
Technically, we can do 8 hours if you. I don't want to, but at least
I'd
not
say
right
this
now.
is a good. Personally, I'd say this is a good stopping point.
Yep. We just talked about PewDiePie. That's all we need.
That's a great stopping point.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's just the perfect way to say I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
But
done. I surrender.
Wout, do the outro.
He doesn't
No,
listen.
you never say that.
I
Here
will
we
say it. I
go.
will say it until you respond to me.
Wout,
I just responded. I
Wout,
just
do the
didn't do it.
outro.
Yes, what is up? What's
Wout,
up?
Wout,
do the outro.
Wout, do the outro.
Macro,
Okay,
what
just
are you
wait.
saying? I can't.
Well,
I
do
can't
the
hear
outro.
Niels.
Um,
I can't hear Niels.
la, la. God damn it! I can't move him. I can mute him though.
I can move you and ruin the recording session technically, but I won't do that because I'm a nice person.
Okay, I can mute Michael for a moment.
Hey, no,
and then-
bad.
Okay, Wout, do the
Yes.
outro.
No,
Wait, should I do it or not? Macro says no.
just do it. Just do
I feel like listening to
Just
Macro
do
all of a
it.
sudden now. Okay,
Wout.
well, this time on the Wow Show, we already had a very fun session with Macro and Niels, and we are going to
Enemy.
talk about enemies. 1,000 this year's 1,000 subscriber special, which is going to release in a couple of years. And Henry, what's your plan, Tate?
Hopefully make, I don't know, some special thing where we probably go with some cool new features they have by then.
He has it planned for the 30th of May 2081. So
A slim one, but yes. No,
coming soon.
sure.
Coming soon to theaters near you.
Minecraft, the game that's not played in theaters.
Coming soon to a Mojang near you. All right.
Right.
Well, Niels, say it.
I already said it
Well,
5 times.
Say it. Did we end then?
Yes, just everyone say bye.
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 Bye.